So this one's called 10 Reasons I Could Never Leave, and this is on page 23. Some nights I bleed over you. I write our story until I get so tired that my wrists won't continue moving. I haven't reached the ending. 7. My body has a habit of waiting up for you. 8. We hold hands tighter than an infant holds his mother. 9. I've mesmerized the melody between your every heartbeat just so I could sing it back if you ever get lonely. I learned the gaps between your fingers just in case you ever need a hand. I made sure mine fit perfectly. 10. You promised we'd grow old together. So basically what I was talking about in numbers 6 through 10, once I realized that I was giving people power over me, I had to make a decision. And I made a decision to continue being with and to continue entertaining people that were never for me. So I pretty much said, like, okay, I realize that people have power over me. I realize this person specifically has power over me. And there's nothing that I can do about it. Like, this person has so much of me because I thought that this was the person for me. So I was okay with that. And once I became okay with that, I just start to go down a bad cycle of like just toxic relationships, just being so drained all the time from everyone. And still I kept on like going to people and like craving people that weren't meant for me ever. And sometimes, like, I realized in this poem specifically, I opened myself up and allowed them to ruin me, and I was cool with that. So this one's actually one of my favorites, which is why it's on the audiobook, because I show the growth. And I just talk about how, like, I realized that it wasn't necessarily people that were toxic for me, it was that I was toxic for me. So that's why I was attracting them. And eventually I realized that I deserve so much better. So I started to like better myself. I started to do things that made me happy instead of compromising for what makes other people happy. And then I realized that I really don't need anybody that doesn't need me, like, ever. So I just moved on from that. And then I talk about why I can never go back to that type of situation in 10 Reasons I Could Never Stay, because I've grown so much from that. And sometimes you don't. That's the crazy part. Like, sometimes you really go your whole entire life through always letting people come in and just like ruin everything that you worked so hard to create and build for yourself. Especially as a woman. Like, men are logical creatures and women, we're so emotional. So anything that feeds us a good emotion, something that makes us feel so good, we just want it, like, no matter what the circumstance is. Even if that means that that person is the worst person for you. And then essentially, like, you realize you're the worst person for you. Like, you're working to ruin yourself. It's not that they're doing it purposely. It's that this is what they see in you. Nothing strong. So definitely, I love those. And that's on my audiobook because of that.